Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote: "The best apology is changed behavior." Have you noticed that some people apologize all the time, always saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," but genuine sorrow does not seem to be coming across. And many times the people they're apologizing to don't really believe they mean it. Apologies are very important. In relationships, we blow it. We make mistakes, and sometimes these are small mistakes, easy to fix. Sometimes they're pretty big mistakes. And we can't just ignore these and say, well, mistakes happen, let's move on. A healthy relationship is a place where we are free to say, and we need to say, that bothers me, that offends me, that hurts me, and we need to apologize for the behavior. Apologies go a long way toward reversing some of the damage that has been done, but also preventing further deterioration of the relationship. Apologies communicate. They communicate that you value the people you have hurt. They communicate that you value the relationships you're in, and they communicate your desire for the relationship to have a future. Often apologies are a great time to make some adjustments in the relationship so it will continue to grow in a healthy way. Apologies are important to your children. If you've been a parent for very long, you will do something that you need to apologize for. Now, I'm not saying apologize because your kids are not able to join every club, they're not able to buy everything they want, or those kinds of things. That's kind of some crazy ideas. But I'm saying apologize because you made a bad decision. You didn't have all the information and you made the decision anyway. Or you came off too harsh when you're trying to make some corrections. Or maybe you couldn't make it to some event they were in because of work or something like that. That's just called life, and we need to apologize sometimes to sort of clear the air. When you apologize to your children, it helps them understand that everybody blows it, even mom and dad. And it teaches them to apologize. It gives you credibility. It helps them see that you are real and honest, and they're getting a good picture of what being real and honest looks like. And it helps them see that they are important, that you actually value them enough to apologize when you hurt them. So you're not going to apologize for being a parent. It's a tough job. But you will apologize when you make mistakes. Apologies are hard. They're very demanding because we have to be willing to humble ourselves. We have to be willing to admit that we did something wrong, and we need to be willing to make it right. And often we discover we're too wrapped up in saving face that we can't admit that we've made a mistake, and this interferes with making a good apology. And the relationship suffers, and sometimes the relationship even dies. What does a good apology look like? Well, apologies are regretful acknowledgement of an offense or a failure. The awareness that you blew it sometimes can come instantly. You just realize you said something and you immediately know, oh man, that wasn't good. I mean, that's happened to me. Sometimes, well, as a pastor, you're giving these public talks, sermons, and sometimes you say something and instantly you know, that wasn't a good thing to say. Sometimes you're not aware that you did it, and the person tells you, hey, when you did that, It kind of hurt my feelings, or it really bothers me. And then it's an expression of sorrow. I'm sorry I did that. I really regret doing that. And you feel some remorse for hurting this person that's important to you. So you acknowledge it. You say, I'm sorry. But you need to be really specific in stating what you did. You have to be clear what you're apologizing for. You can't just do a blanket end of the day. Oh, I'm totally sorry for all the things I did that bothered you or hurt you today. That's not good enough. You have to be able to say specifically, I said that. I did that. I behaved that way. I reacted that way. You admit your error, and you also include the negative impact it had on them, the feelings that they have. This is really important. I know I was wrong to correct you in front of everybody. I know it hurt your credibility. It was embarrassing. It was conveying a lack of respect for you. I was wrong to throw those items out without checking with you first. They're very important to you. They had special meaning to you. I was making light of that, totally ignoring that. I can see that my comment hurt your feelings and caused you to feel like I don't really care about you. I'm sorry I was late. I know that how it makes you feel I don't care about you or what we're doing. You see, you're saying you're sorry for what you did, and you're acknowledging how it made them feel. And you can offer an explanation only if it is not making an excuse or justifying your behavior, because you don't want to justify it. When we make excuses or justify our behavior, you're making it sound like you're not really sorry. And you want to humbly say you're sorry. You did wrong. If you were late or you didn't show up for something that was really important to this other person, that's a real bad thing. It's not all right. You need to apologize for that. But if it was because your dad had a stroke, well, okay. I guess I can understand that. I mean, what were you supposed to do? I mean, you could leave your dad and, Dad, I'll be back if you understand me at all, and then come back. No, I mean, you have a valid reason. Something came up you had no control over, and you couldn't leave. Apologies are trying to make things right. We can get caught in what some counselors have referred to as a rinse and repeat cycle. We hurt each other, we apologize. We hurt each other, we apologize. We hurt each other, we apologize. This is sick behavior, and it's unhealthy in a relationship. Somebody needs to say, what can I do to change this? How can I make this right? And we can move on. And the quote tells us that the best apologies are a change in behavior. It's not okay to keep doing something that is hurting a person close to you. Even if it's something that's not wrong per se. If it's hurting someone you care about, hurting someone you're close to, then you have to stop it. The relationship takes a priority over your rights to do what you want. So we have to learn how to admit it and quit it. Many times, an apology can feel very empty to us because the person who hurt us is not coming across like they really mean it. And we feel like there's a good chance they're going to do that again. So when we commit to making a change, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to start doing this. We are making a statement. And that statement is how important this person really is to us. It's a statement that says how important the relationship is. And we're making steps toward rebuilding trust that has been broken by our behavior. This is a powerful step with your friends, your spouse, your children. It's just mending and healing in a powerful way. It is also a powerful act in your spiritual life. People who are people of faith believe in the need for confession. We make a sinful choice, we need to confess it. You confess to God, and you also confess to others if they've been hurt by your choice. This is really powerful, especially when you think about it as you are in fact apologizing to God. I am sorry, God, I've done this. And a good confession calls for repentance, which is a world from the world of faith, repentance. But really, repentance is a change in behavior. And you're saying, I'm sorry, God, I did this. I'm changing this. I'm working on this. We need to be really careful not to make a promise you can't keep that will add to the trouble in your relationship. So you need to think about it or even talk about it with the person you've offended, because it might take you a little bit of work to get there. And you might be uncovering a bigger problem. You might be addicted to something that brings a lot of behaviors with it, and you've got a lot of stuff to work through. Doesn't mean it's okay what you did, but it's just, it's going to be a little harder to admit and quit. And so when you work on it together, it creates accountability, and it reveals a strong commitment to each other. So, apologies are essential to a relationship, to personal growth. And the best apology is changed behavior. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I hope this was helpful and kind of made you think about some things. If you liked it, I hope you click like. You can always subscribe. And if you want to share it with somebody who maybe is working through something like this, that's totally fine to do. And until next time, I hope you have a great week.